I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic book show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we are taking a closer look at Deathstroke, issue number 16. What happens when Slade Wilson is forced to pretend to be a superhero as to not blow his cover? Well, let's hop on in together and find out, shall we? So, picking up from where the last issue left off, we check on in with Tanya Spears, aka Power Girl 2, aka the person who took in Deathstroke after a near-death spell. She gets to chat it up a bit with Wintergreen, Deathstroke's Alfred, essentially. And you know what, it's been a couple issues since Wintergreen has gotten really involved in the proceedings. I miss what he brings to it. Dry British wit goes a really long way with me. Now, back inside, Deathstroke, under the guise of Twilight, yes, that's the superhero name he pulled out of his butt because 50 Shades Man doesn't sound nearly intimidating enough, is currently duking it out with Deadline, a deadly assassin enhanced with alien technology that allows him to phase in and out as well as shoot lasers. The funny part is that even though Deathstroke is trying very hard to disguise himself right now, as well as trying to get on doing what he does while being blind, Deadline recognizes him right away. Geez, maybe it's the eye patch that gave him away, we can never be sure. Deadline actually gets quite offended that Deathstroke is assassin blocking him right now and taking out an important politician. Apparently that absolutely breaks the killer for hire bro code, and he will tell the society about this. But hey, why file a bunch of pesky paperwork when you can do some revenging right now? Deadline, using one of his alien rifles, takes out Power Girl by shooting her with a laser beam, and then just for good measure kidnaps Wintergreen. Now, normally Deathstroke wouldn't give a crap about this, but now his rep is about to get damaged and he can't have that. Then again, he has the reputation of a vile, detestable killer for hire and occasional supervillain, so I don't know how you actually manage to harm that sort of rep. Speaking of which, when we check on back over with Rose, the Ravager, aka Slade's daughter, she's just returning from hanging out with the Hmong side of her family for the first time. Only her brother, Jericho's fiance, ends up letting it slip that, yeah, that wasn't actually her family at all, that was a bunch of actors that her dad hired to keep her busy. Oh man, what a glorious bastard. Now Deathstroke, again, still under the guise of Twilight, why he is still trying to make Tanya believe he's a good guy all this time is, you know, really up for interpretation. One of the more interesting aspects of this comic goes to collect Wintergreen. It's an uphill battle, what with the whole being blinded by radiation in the previous arc thing, but overall Slade does pretty good. He has his seeing eye dog distract for him, good boy, you get a biscuit. And then when Deadline tries to go all Mortal Kombat on our hero, ripping his heart out of his chest, he activates a special ability of the Icon suit to disrupt him. Yeah, apparently the suit could always just interfere with alien technology, and that proves to be more than enough to actually cut off Deadline's hand. Now, it's at this moment right here I thought Deathstroke would finally end this dude, only for Power Girl to show up and bring the police with her. Chop this up as a victory for everyone's new favorite hero, Twilight, for as long as it lasts. Deathstroke number 16 was a fun little excursion for the Terminator. I love this idea of him trying to choke down all his evil, bastardly tendencies just so one person thinks he's a hero. Even his reasoning is kind of fascinating. Tanya saved his life, and because of that he wants to kind of repay her and not totally break her heart, which is hilarious when you stop and consider how much hurt he's given to his own family. This story gets even better when you start to consider what we've seen in the solicitations, with Deathstroke forming his own Teen Titans team after Lazarus' contract. It's nice to see Christopher Priest is planting the seeds early on of what a heroic Deathstroke might look like. Overall, I give this one a 7 out of 10. It's a fun diversion, but it's still a diversion all the same. The real meat of the story is what's going on with Jericho, and I hope we get back to that in the next arc. Well, there you go, everybody. Another Deathstroke book on the books. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, to keep up to date on all the new videos I've got coming down the pipeline, head on down to the description of this very video and follow me on my many social media feeds. I promise you, I've got one for all taste: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, anything you like. And as always, if you want to keep up to date on the Deathstroke book and buy some in trade, might I recommend you check out bookdepository.uk. It is no joke my favorite place to buy comic book trades. They get great prices, and if you buy through my link, also in the description of this video, not only will you get yourself a nice little something, but a small percentage of that sale goes to support me in the channel. You win, I win, everybody wins, man. So until next time, I've been Cape Joel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another